Hello out there and welcome to the weather forecast from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency. After a protracted period of leanness in rainfall across the country, we did see the first organized rainfall event as at Tuesday night. This satellite image shows us thunderstorm cells formed over the central states, part of the south and much of the southwest. This gave us rainfall events from Tuesday night into early part of Wednesday morning. Now, as at daylight, we have clear skies over much of the north, the central states, and the south, except for remnants of the overnight systems over parts of the coastal parts of the south and another just exiting the southwest. Not much is expected for the rest of Wednesday. Even though we expect rainfall, this should be concentrated more to the southern half of the country, more to the coastal parts of the south and parts of the southwest, where there are prospects of rainfall between 10 to 20 millimeters by the end of Wednesday. We also expect some ample rains over the southern half of Taraba State with the aid of high ground over that place. We expect rains within the neighborhood of 10 to 20 millimeters and a little above that. For other parts of the country, not much, little or much is expected over those areas, just a little here and there. And by the end of Wednesday, we project that our maximum temperatures should hit 40 degrees Celsius over much of the northwest, should be around 40, 41, 42 to much of the northeast. And to the central states, we expect maximum temperatures to be within the mid-30s. And to the south, specifically Lagos, we expect 36 degrees Celsius. And to Port Harcourt in Rivers, we expect maximum temperatures to reach 35 degrees Celsius. We also have what seems like a heat island presently sitting over the extreme northern part of the country, and the core of this heat island is over the northeast. So there are prospects of heat stress to affect much of the northeast and parts of the northwest. And so we advise inhabitants in this area to take caution, try to stay hydrated as much as possible, stay aerated, wear light clothes, try to keep your rooms, the doors and windows open, try not to cramp up in rooms, stay overcrowded, especially if you're going to sleep in such a room. Stay out of the sun as much as possible and look for shades within the daytime. And so as we get into day 2 of our forecast, we also see that our expected rain should be still concentrated to much of the southern half of the country, where we expect rainfall amounts between 10 to 20 millimeters and just a little above 20 millimeters, specifically over parts of Cross River State and parts of Anambra State. We also expect ample rains over parts of southern Taraba, where the rain should be between 20 millimeters plus and minus. We also see a prospect of rains around 20 millimeters over parts of Plateau State in the central states. For other areas, we expect little or no rainfall over these states. As we get to Friday, day 3 of our forecast, we have prospects of better rainfall over wider area in the country, specifically speaking of the northeast, where we have prospects of rainfall reaching as much as 20 to 50 millimeters of rainfall to southern parts of Borno State. We also see that area around Kaduna State, plateau parts of the Federal Capital Territory. Rainfall is expected to the tune of 20 to 50 millimeters of rainfall. We also expect similar amount to the southern parts of Taraba and probably parts of Adamawa, but less to Adamawa than what we expect over Taraba State, and of course to the Niger Delta region. We also expect ample rainfalls reaching between 20, probably 30 millimeters of rainfall. And if we stagger this expected rainfall, let's look at what it will look like across in 1 week. Now, for 1 week, we're expecting bulk of the rains to occur over Kaduna State, parts of Plateau and parts of the Federal Capital Territory, where we expect a rainfall amount above 100 millimeters of rainfall. We expect a similar amount over the southern part of Taraba, and just adjoining that from southern Adamawa into parts much of Taraba to Benue State and Cross River, expect rainfall amount to be as much as 75 millimeters and above. And to the inland areas of the southwest, speaking specifically of Ekiti State, parts of Oyo, Ondo, Osun, those are the high ground areas, into the coastal parts of Edo and Delta, into Bayelsa. We also expect rainfall within that band, 75 millimeters of rainfall. For other areas, we expect rainfall, but not to be as much as what we expect over this other region. And so we expect you to use this information to plan your activities and your outdoors. And that's it from this end. Thank you for watching. We'll keep you updated.